Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Downsize. My name is Christopher Durham.
I'm Laraine Durham.
And we are, of course, the channel that talks about GLP-1s, obesity, weight loss, the whole 9 yards. Today, we have two big updates that could impact access to a compounded tirzepatide. It's a crazy Friday.
First, there's a new development in the OFA versus FDA case. The government is asking for a pause while an appeal plays out, and no one is objecting.
And second, one that's painful, one of Mochi's health partner pharmacies, Aequita, has been issued a limited stop service order, meaning they can't compound or dispense medications until further notice. We'll go into all the details.
Stick around. These updates could directly affect anyone using compounded GLP-1s.
So, of course, welcome back to The Downsized. If you're new to our channel, I'm Christopher Durham.
And I'm Laraine Durham. And together we've lost over 150 pounds using Zepbound, Mounjaro, and compounded tirzepatide. And we share everything we've learned to help others navigate this adventure.
Today, we've got two major stories, the latest in the legal battle over compounded tirzepatide and a regulatory action against one of Mochi Health's partner pharmacies. Now, of course, you guys know Mochi has been a sponsor of ours. We're very open about that. That doesn't mean we're not going to bring you the news, though, because it's all about credibility and giving you guys the right answer. So we're going to tell you what's going on as far as we know. Let's start with the first story, the Outsourcing Facilities Association. Let me pop a graphic up here. There we go. This is actually the court brief. The Outsourcing Facilities Association of the OFA is locked in a legal battle with the FDA over restrictions on compounded tirzepatide. And the latest development, the FDA now wants to pause the case while an appeal plays out.
Here's a quick recap. The OFA and the compounding pharmacies sued the FDA, arguing that its restrictions on compounded tirzepatide are unfair. Eli Lilly, the maker of Mounjaro and Zepbound, jumped in to support the FDA because, of course, they don't want competition from compounded products.
Recently, the OFA tried to get a preliminary injunction, basically an emergency order to stop the FDA from enforcing its restrictions while the lawsuit is ongoing, but the judge denied that request on March 6th.
Now, the OFA is appealing that decision to a higher court, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. In response, the FDA is asking the judge to pause all further proceedings until the appeal is decided. Basically, they're saying, let's hold off on everything until we see what the appeals court says.
And here's what's interesting. No one is objecting to the pause, not the OFA, not Eli Lilly. So it's pretty likely the judge will agree to put everything on hold.
For now, nothing changes immediately. If you're getting compounded tirzepatide, it's still available, but the FDA's enforcement actions are still a looming risk.
So if there's people doing things out there they shouldn't be doing, the FDA can still go after them. If the OFA wins, it could mean fewer restrictions on compounding pharmacies and easier access to compounded tirzepatide because tirzepatide would still be in shortage.
But if the FDA wins, they could begin enforcement, making it even harder to get compounded medications.
We'll be following this case closely, so if you want to stay updated on Zepbound, Mounjaro, and compounded tirzepatide, make sure you like and subscribe right now and hit that notification bell. Here's also where we say we're not doctors, and in news things like this, I always like to throw in, we're not lawyers, we're not pharmacists, we're not regulators. It's amazing the number of things we are not.
We're just two people who lost weight on a GLP-1 medication. Okay, now for our second big update. One of Mochi Health's partner pharmacies, Aequita, has been hit with a limited stop service order by the Washington State Pharmacy Quality Assurance Commission. That means they can't compound or dispense medications until further notice.
Now, many of our viewers are familiar with Aequita or Aequita. We've all been saying it wrong for a long time because they've worked alongside Mochi Health to provide compounded semaglutide and tirzepatide. They're partners. Laraine and I have personally used both Mochi and Aequita without any issues, but this regulatory action is definitely a reason for concern. We wanted to tell you about it.
According to the commission, Aequita, which is located in Kirkland, Washington, failed to correct serious deficiencies in its sterile, that's why I don't like live, in its sterile compounding practices. The commission stated in its announcement, and I quote, "The notice of immediate limited stop service alleges that Aequita, which compounds glucagon-like peptide 1s, GLP-1s, such as semaglutide and tirzepatide, failed to develop and implement a commission-approved plan of correction to correct deficient practices or conditions.
They also went into more detail, stating that Aequita allowed untrained and unqualified staff to perform sterile compounding, did not properly supervise staff, and did not adhere to sterile compounding procedures designed to ensure product integrity and patient safety.
Because of this, Aequita cannot compound, dispense, deliver, or distribute compounded medications in Washington state until the issue is resolved.
If you're using Mochi Health for compounded GLP-1s, this may affect your prescription. But the good news is that Mochi works with several other compounding pharmacies, including Red Rock, Empower, and South End.
Right. So if you're concerned, it's a good idea to check with Mochi to confirm which pharmacy is filling your order and whether this situation will affect your supply.
Now, I'll tell you, we've reached out to Mochi and have not gotten a response from them. Now, it's been an hour or two, and I'm sure there's a lot going on in San Francisco. Aequita has 28 days to respond by requesting a hearing, and the commission must conduct a follow-up inspection within 5 business days unless Aequita requests more time.
The commission made it clear, and I quote, Aequita cannot compound and cannot dispense, deliver, or distribute compounded products in Washington state until the limited stop service is resolved.
So as I said, we've reached out to Mochi for comment, and as of today, which is Friday, March 4th. I repeated myself. I apologize.
If you're just tuning in.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, I repeated myself.
Right. So if you want more details, the legal documents related to this case are available on Washington Department of Health website. We've included a link in the description for easy access. This is public information. Yep. Anyone can access this document. People sent us this document. There's no... here it is, right here. You can see.
I hope I put the link in the description. If I didn't, I'll do it right after I get off there. But it's easy to find. So
the date of the violation was like yesterday.
It was yesterday, correct?
Yeah. So I put in a reorder yesterday, and I sent a message to the portal. You know, what's the status of my refill and where's it coming from? And I haven't got a response yet. I expect I'll get one in the next 24 hours.
So, you know, that's the big news out there.
Yeah.
So there's a stay on the tirzepatide, or they're asking for a stay on the tirzepatide case while the appeal happens. We'll see what happens with that. Most of the legal pundits believe that'll happen. And then Washington State has put a issue statement out about Aequita Pharmacy, as we've been calling it for a long time.
I mean, Aequita and Mochi are partners. Okay, that's what we know. Mochi partners with this pharmacy in Washington state. They also partner with Red Rock Pharmacy and other pharmacies.
Empower and
so I would think if they can't fill it at one pharmacy, they'll fill it at another pharmacy. I've used medication. Christopher and I have used medication from Aequita Pharmacy through Mochi for months. Yep. Like I've probably, that's when we started getting the blue thermoses, and I've probably got 10 of those. So, I mean, we've used them and have not had any problems with them. The medicine has worked very well for us. It's been very safe and effective. So
you know, this is interesting. We certainly do not have any insight into when this inspection was done, how it was done, and any more specifics that are in these 4 or 5 paragraphs. Certainly seems like an interesting time to have happened, given everything that's going on legally. You know, Eli Lilly and Novo Nordisk are certainly going after a lot of people. So, you know, draw whatever conclusions you can.
Well, I don't know that.
I don't know either, but it's coincidental at best.
Coincidental, certainly.
So I don't know. So we'll see. What we did want to do is tell you the truth as we know it. So if we find out more, we'll certainly be back to tell you more. Like I said, we're concerned, but I'm gonna keep taking my Aequita medicine. I'll tell you.
Yeah, so. I mean, we have it in our refrigerator now. We'll take our shot. What's today? Friday?
Yeah.
Is today
we'll
shot?
Take our shot today.
We have to take our shot today.
Yeah.
I think last week we took it on Saturday. I've been off a day, but yeah, I have no qualms with it. If you have medication from Aequita in your refrigerator, you need to know this. This is public information, right? You need to be informed. But Christopher and I will be taking our shots as per usual.
That is correct. Let's see here. Let me do that.
What are you doing?
I'm just going to drag this over here and we're going to talk to some people.
All right.
Let me get this in a good
All
place.
right. And other channels are reporting on this. So we feel like, we
just need to be honest with everybody and tell them what's going on.
Right.
You know
I really wanted to have some more information back from Mochi, and I'm sure that we will, but we just don't at this present moment. And I thought it was important. We thought it was important to just address this.
So let's see who's on here right now. If you have any questions, I don't know that we can answer them, but we'll do the best we can. Jennifer Donahue, hello. Michael Clanton, hello to you as well too. Allie from Fit Flavor Fun. I was just talking to her a minute ago. Hello, Allie from Fit Flavor Fun. If you haven't watched our interview with her, you definitely should. Anna Hoover, she's always good for saying hello when we post. We appreciate it.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Shorty, who's a member. Karen Cook says, that's my pharmacy. I have 7 files I received last week. Yeah, it's. I'm not sure what the name of that emoji is, but
I mean, it's the shock face emoji, right? So yeah, I mean, we've got a couple too. I've been taking them for months, so I'm going to keep taking them. Well, if Aequita is in the wrong, they should stop. I mean, there's certain policies and procedures that these compounding pharmacies have to follow. And if they are not following them, if these pharmacies aren't, if they come in and do an inspection and the state comes in and does an inspection and they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing, they're going to be told, hey, you need to correct this, and you have so many days to correct it. So I hope that they'll just correct their problems and we'll move right along. Time to toss.
We're not tossing ours. Michael, you asked what the date was. It was yesterday. Shorty, hello. Thanks for being a member, Shorty.
Red Rock, Hallandale, and Strive all have announced they will. I can't read that, Christopher.
They will stop compounding and are running low on the current stock. I mean, that's the whole deal with what's happening with Lilly and Novo is that, although I don't know that I believe compounding will completely go away, if they put enough legal pressure and it make it expensive enough, a lot of these companies will stop doing it because it's not worth the effort to them. It'll cost them too much money. So some of them will drop out. And Lilly and Novo just figure, hey, if half of them drop out, we won. Well,
Mochi says that they're not worried, and Mochi says they're not going away. So that's what I know.
Yeah, that's what they've told us.
As of today.
So Michael Clinton, this is Ouija all over again. No, it's not Ouija. Ouija had a facility that was not even inspected or approved. This is a completely different thing. But it is something to be concerned about, and it's something we wanted you guys to know about.
Right.
CDLD, any news on changes with Red Rock? Well, I did hear from somebody, I think it was you, Mel, that Red Rock was talking about doing an adjusted dosing strategy, but I haven't confirmed that yet.
We don't know anybody at Red Rock.
Yeah.
If you do, put us in touch with them. Glad I went with Lilly Direct. Hope the prices come down on the higher doses.
We do too.
Yeah, I mean, what's the price on the Lilly Direct now? Is it $4.99 per month for the vial?
On the top 2 doses.
So it's still more expensive than compounding.
Yeah.
Just received a 3-month supply from Aequita yesterday. Please keep us posted. You know we will.
So, I mean, to me,
hello.
There's a lot of hello, Karen. I think Karen just left us in that message. Did you just start your own channel like today, Karen, or yesterday? I feel like I think I was watching Dave Knapp's a little while ago, and he was talking about every Friday there seems to be a lot of GLP-1 news. I think this is not the first thing we're going to see from compounding pharmacies, and the regulatory oversight of them is just going to amp up because Big Pharma wants to make sure that they're putting the pedal to the metal. So if you're a compounding pharmacy and you don't have your ducks in a row, get them in a row.
You better get them in a row.
Follow the
you better make sure you're following the rules.
Follow the rules. Make sure patients are safe. Period.
The letter of the law, man.
Teresa Hawk says, I reached out to join Friday since they use Red Rock. I have not heard anything back yet. EA says, is there still a March 19th tirzepatide cutoff date for compounding? Well, that's actually what the earlier part of it that we read. Let me see if I can spit this out.
It's complicated.
It's complicated, but theoretically, no, because the earlier part was the FDA had asked the court for a temporary stay while the preliminary injunction is reviewed by the higher court. So the 19th is 5 days away. So I guess if they make a decision prior to that, then maybe it's still the 19th, but if it's after that, it pushes out to the 19th. So I don't know. We'll see.
So is that still the cutoff date or no? It's not.
We don't know right now because there's too much court stuff going on.
It's probably not. I better call Mochi. I don't know which is used. I live in Virginia.
I think you have. If you got a blue thermos, if you got a blue thermos, you got a Aequita.
Yeah, and also you can look on your vial. For Mochi, they ship the vial in a little Ziploc bag that says Mochi, and the pharmacy sticker is on the Ziploc bag, and that says the name of your pharmacy. Mm-hmm. So, or if you get from another pharmacy, it might say on the box that your vial came in, or in the, on the vial itself. So it should be pretty easy to figure out where your medicine came from. I'm surprised Mochi would not be more strict on the pharmacies. It tarnishes their business. Now, Mochi doesn't own this pharmacy, okay? They're just partners. So Mochi, they don't control how the pharmacy runs its business, right? So, but I'm sure that Mochi is talking to them right now. You better know that Dr. Myra is like gonna fix this, because it's really not acceptable. Right?
So Louis L, OMG, are the medications not safe? Also, no one has said that to date. They have just said that the policies weren't in place. So there's been no recall by the state. There's nothing so we have no information that would say they're unsafe.
That's such a weird update given all the news. Oh, look at that cute kitty. Yeah. I don't rely on compounded meds, but my heart sinks whenever this type of news drops for people who do. Well, thank you, Vanessa.
Robin Cunningham.
Just received 6 months supply. I'm using it. Girl, I'm using mine. Killa Kev, shouldn't they follow the rules and safe guidelines of compounding practices? Yes, they absolutely should. If they don't, it's Mochi's responsibility to find a pharmacy that will. Absolutely,
they should. Yes, you are correct.
Right. So
that's why we're telling you about
Mochi
this.
Is not the pharmacy regulator, right? Mochi is the online telehealth platform. Aequita is a compounding pharmacy that Mochi uses.
But you are right. Any telehealth provider anyone uses, whether it's Mochi or any other telehealth provider, should vet their compounding pharmacies to ensure that they're following rules and regulations. Now, no telehealth provider, to my knowledge, does independent audits to make sure that they're following the regulations. So they get the certificates. Not a regulator.
If the state says they're following the rules, then they're following the rules. If the state says they're violating some regulations, then we have
At the end of the day, compounding pharmacies should be following the rules. They should be following it with the amount of scrutiny on them. They should be following more than the rules. They should be exceeding the expectation. So they do not give anybody any
room to say anything.
Yeah. Let's see here. Dr. Payne Nestor, thank you for the super chat.
Thank you.
We are bummed to hear this as well, Dr. Payne. Thank you. Let's see where we were here.
I can't believe how much it costs in the U.S. compared to the U.K. I think everyone in the U.K. says that. Yeah. For sure.
We might be being tourists to the U.K. medication.
We might be taking some vacays to the U.K. Does anyone know why that is? Well, we do. It's the wild price difference. Maybe it's stupid. Well, it's not a stupid question. And Christopher, take it away. Pharmacy benefit managers are what we have in the U.S.
So essentially, the United States and the UK and many other European countries have completely different economic and healthcare systems. So whereas the UK has a socialized healthcare system, and there is, even though these aren't necessarily covered in your NIH, there's still regulations on pricing. Okay. The United States has a profit-based healthcare system that every step of the way makes money. So the manufacturer makes money. There is this crazy thing called a PBM, which is a pharmacy benefits manager that makes 74 cents on a dollar, and they make money. They negotiate the price. There's insurance companies that make money. There's drugstores that make money. There's distributors that make money. Everybody makes money. So that what our Congress says should cost you about $5 a dose turns into $1,000. And there's no price cap on the amount of profit that they can make. Two completely different systems. I'm not saying one system's better than the other, but they are different, and you end up with these dramatically different prices. So we think there's room to dramatically rethink our system as well.
From Whole Healed Metabolism, from LSH Hallandale, Red Rock, and Strive are ending compounding.
Lavender Sky is
LSH.
Lavender.
Okay. Okay. There's another comment there about what something Dave said that I want to clarify.
Where was it? Okay,
from Shoey Girl.
That's way down, babe.
I think we need to clarify. Mochi does not own Aequita Pharmacy. I asked that question when we went to the Mochi office in San Francisco 2 weeks ago. I interviewed Dr. Myra, who's the founder and CEO of Mochi. You can go back and watch that video where I interviewed her. Christopher and I went to the Mochi offices. Okay. We talked to all the Mochi employees. I asked Dr. Myra specifically, does Mochi own Aequita Pharmacy? She said, no, we don't. We are partners. Okay. So Dave said he heard Mochi owns it. That is incorrect. Mochi
and if you look, actually, if you look in Dave's comments, and because I was just on that video a little while ago, he goes in underneath it and says, yeah, no, that's not really how it was. Let's see. Okay. I think we have GLP-1 Journey and Review. Thanks for the super chat as well.
Thank you.
My head is spinning from all these daily changes. You and me both, GLP-1 Journey.
Well, yeah, and the news makes me crazy, right? So our viewers that know me, and I hope everyone out there watching will like and subscribe to our channel, because we bring you the news whether Laraine likes it or not. And we are sponsored by Mochi Health. I've used Mochi for over a year. I've had nothing but success with the medications I've gotten through Mochi Health. So we want to bring you guys the news when it happens. And
I'll tell you the truth.
I've been on compounding now for 75 weeks.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I hope compounding medication stays around for as long as possible. And right now today, it's still here. So that's where we are right now today.
Oh, let's see here. CC says, does this mean that the FDA is not going to move against people who are still compounding as long as... Well, that's what the stay is asking for. So assuming the judge grants the stay would stay in place until the higher court rules on the preliminary injunction. That could be tomorrow. That could be 2 weeks from now. There's no timeline on that. So yeah, theoretically, yes. Steph V, does Mochi have other pharmacies? So yes, to our knowledge, they use Red Rock, South End, and I lost one. There's a third one. Somebody can help me. I don't remember the third one.
I don't remember either.
There's Steph V. Let's see here. Super chat, new to GLP-1's, been binging your channel, love your approach, and thank you for all you do to help us navigate this challenging journey. Thanks, you very much, Steph V. I was just reading your comment.
And I hope everyone out there will like and subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you anything to hit the like button, so we hope you'll do it.
That's right.
We have over 300, 400 videos.
Something like that.
And we're coming up on our year anniversary of starting our channel. We started the channel on March 19th, which is that date we keep talking about. It's also my birthday. So happy birthday month to me. Deborah says, this is such a gigantic issue because I want my meds to be formulated within state rules. Me too. If not, let me do it myself. No, not doing it myself. I do hope the temp is turned up on all state licensed pharmacies.
I think it is turned up, and I think they should all be doing this correctly, period.
Thanks for the super chat, Deborah.
Oh, Deb, here we go.
Thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you very much, Deb.
We appreciate you watching and being a member.
No, this this channel is important to us, and you guys are important to us, and the truth is important to us. And like Laraine said, we're going to bring it to you whether Laraine likes it or not. We get it. And,
yeah. I lost all my weight on compounded medication. The price of the name brand medication is, it's just beyond most people's reach, right? So we need a way to keep these medications affordable and safe. And that's what we want. That's what we're going to go after. That's what we're going to tell you about.
Michael Clanton says, why minimize the violation? And it is a dead stop. We're not minimizing it at all.
It is a dead stop order.
Yeah.
They have to stop. They have to stop until they can fix their problems and tell the
they
state.
have to deliver a plan in 5 days, or they're just screwed. They've got to fix the problem. They should fix the problem. And honestly, we don't have any more insight than the 3 or 4 paragraphs into what the problem is. But
we only have the public information that the Washington State regulation
and safety should be tantamount. I mean, there's not really any question.
Yeah. So, what's happening?
Oh, I just got a text message from Eli Lilly. We noticed you have a tirzepatide savings card, but you may not have used it recently. If you need assistance, they're fishing for money.
Are they going to give us a cheaper price?
No, they're not. Actually, it says as little as $5.50 per month. Let's see here. Annette Lundy, compound users, including me, have arrested in these pharmacies being inspected. If they're not safe, it needs to be reported. You are absolutely right. That is correct.
I agree. Once they clear up all the red flags, just like inspections from restaurants, daycares.
Yeah, right. We are with you.
Thank you. I haven't received my first dose. Just filled on 3/11. I'm not worried. Seems like Big Pharma is really going to do all they can to shut them down. Now, we don't know if Big Pharma is behind any of this.
It is a sketchy time.
They have a lot of money.
we have no knowledge of that.
Deborah says people defended Oysen also, but whether a pharmacy is ours or not, both of these need to be in compliance. We need to welcome this, whoever.
Ouija is
Ouija. Yeah.
Mimi Kid. So there was a stop order from the state of Michigan, basically on some safety violations for Aequita.
Michigan.
I'm sorry, not Michigan. Washington. I said the wrong state. Not Michigan. Washington. On Aequita Pharmacy, that is Mochi's partner pharmacy. So Mochi still has a few other pharmacies they can tap into. South End, Red Rock, and there's a third one that escapes me right now, but it's on the, if you go back and watch, it's on the list. Don Joe says, should I worry about my medication that I just received this week? There's been no information released from anybody. The state of Washington did not say there was any unsafe medication. There was no recalls, so we don't have any more information on that, but we're going to keep using ours.
I have medicine in our fridge too, Don Joe. I called Aequita. This is the one I asked you about before. I called Aequita. They returned my call, missed that one. When I called back, Mochi answered. Dave says he heard Mochi owns it.
They don't.
They don't.
Yeah.
Dr. Myra, from CEO of Mochi, told me they do.
Steph V, 1999 super chat. Thank you, Steph V. Look at that, Laraine.
It's yours too. Oh my gosh, we're birthday twins! Yay, Steph V. Thank you so much for the super chat. You're 50. Wow, I have to think. I'll be 56. I lose track. Like somewhere after, if it's not like a big one, I kind of lose track. But yes, I'll be 56. So thank you. Random says, one would think Lilly Direct would be cheaper since they are bypassing the PBMs. They can be as cheap as they want to be. They could be $99. They could be $49.99. They're making billions. They can be whatever they want. So they're still pricing it at $4.99, Lilly Direct, the vials.
For the top 2 doses.
For the top 2 doses.
It's why when I tell people I think they can come down on price, I believe it. I really do believe in the next year to 18 month, you'll see semaglutide or tirzepatide probably at $200 a month. I really believe it, whether I'm right or wrong. I think it's going to be a question of scale. Lilly's missed their numbers with the stock market for the last 2 quarters. The only way to hit those numbers is to sell more. They can't get it by $1,000 prescriptions. It's just not going to happen. And the only way to make the pie bigger is to have it cheaper.
The stock market has taken a overall dive. If you guys have been following any kind of news this week.
Here's Donnell. Thank you very much for your super chat as well.
Hey,
We appreciate
Donnell,
it.
thanks for being a member.
Yeah.
If you'd like to be a member of the Downsized, you can click that. What's it? Is it join? Does it say join? I forget what it says. Join now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and all our content is free. But if you'd like to support us further, we also accept super chats. So thanks guys out there. Do you have any info on the tirzepatide? Rapid. You clicked away.
Well, I was.
Hey,
sorry,
Mel
I'll go back to the other one.
Mel B, one of our members, said, and thanks for the super chat. Big Pharma is trying hard to manipulate the court of public opinion. FYI, Canada has branded meds at a great price. Not a doctor. Thanks, Mel. Dave also said he doesn't believe the stay will change the dates. Thoughts?
I don't know is the answer. I mean, it depends on how long it takes the stay to do it. So if the stay dragged out, it could change the dates. If they come back on Monday and they go, here's the answer, it won't. I don't know.
Yeah, I worry the whole Canada thing.
I think the Canada thing is a great idea, and
it's a great idea.
We may end up doing a story on that before it's over with.
Canada's kind of mad.
They're mad.
The U.S. They're mad right now. They're mad. Anyway, I don't know how that affects everything. Empower is the one you were trying to think of. Thanks, Taryn.
And Mark Klein says Olympia is a good pharmacy.
Do you have any info on tirzepatide? Rapid dissolve tablets. My provider sent an update that they will begin offering it. There's no tirzepatide.
I will tell you, I talked to Condi Carmack, who's a molecular biologist, about both the tirzepatide tablets, and there's a tirzepatide patch, apparently. Really, any non-researched, non-approved method, and his recommendation was don't do it.
Right. So there is currently, right now, today, there is no tablet. There's no tirzepatide in tablet form. Is that correct?
Not by Eli Lilly, who owns the patent.
There's no
not a tested one,
official one. There's no tested one. There's not one coming out of a compounding pharmacy that we know of.
No, there's a couple compounders trying to sell it, but it hasn't been approved.
It hasn't been tested. It hasn't been approved. I don't
let's
know.
See here. Ada, thanks for being a member, Ada.
I signed up with Mochi. I'm the one with the tirzepatide that arrived warm in the 10 milligram vial. My Mochi rep has requested authorization for Zepbound Manjaro 7.5 to treat a 7.9 A1C.
Okay.
All right. So you're going to go to the branded. Thank you both for the news, whether we like it or not. We really appreciate you bringing it. Thanks, Donnell. We appreciate you being a member and watching, of course. TA, I'm wondering if Mochi will give me a credit for my 3-month order from the Compromise Pharmacy.
I don't know what's going to happen with this. You can call and ask, and we'll see what happens. As of right now, there's no safety recall on any of this.
Yeah. I put my order in yesterday, and they ran my credit card. So I don't know. I mean, call and ask. Well, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Let's see. African and Blessed Travel, thanks for being a member. Just joined us at 4:31, and it's 4:33, so just a minute ago. So sure, we'll recap. Basically, two big stories in the OFA versus the FDA court case. The FDA requested a stay on the on enforcement until the higher court comes back and rules on whether the preliminary injunction is overturned.
And that could be.
So first of all, the judge has to say yes or no. I will grant the stay. Second, then we have to see what happens with the higher court, and there's no timeline on the higher court, so we don't know when that comes back. That could extend the availability of tirzepatide, or it could be exactly the same. I could speculate, and that would just require a crystal ball. I don't really know. Let's see here. Looks like we have.
I'll just send another super chat.
Mel B.
True, Laraine. Oh, Canada, they may slap our ass with tariffs and impact the low cost. Can't win for losing. Exactly what I was thinking, Mel B. I mean, yeah, Mel B.
But maybe I need to vacation in England or somewhere.
we're just gonna keep going with what we got until what we got doesn't work anymore, and then we'll go to something else. So, yeah, gotta get it.
Gotta get it.
When retatrutide comes out in 2026, semaglutide and tirzepatide will be less than $100 a month. Oh, from your kitty mouth to my kitty ears.
what I think will happen, and I'm making stuff up, complete speculation. So when retatrutide and orforglipron and tirzepatide are all available, and orforglipron's the daily pill. So in level of efficacy, so how fast you lose weight, retatrutide would be the super drug. Tirzepatide would be the next one down. So
Team tirzepatide.
Orforglipron would be a pill, so easier to make, cheaper to make, and it would be the next step down. But it's in percentage points. They're not that far apart.
Mm-hmm.
I think there will be graduated pricing, and retatrutide will be the most expensive thing, and then tirzepatide, and then orforglipron. And I would expect orforglipron will get out. It might be the $100 price. I don't know that tirzepatide gets to it.
They gotta make the auto injectors, which are
but based
hard
on
to make.
There's like $3 or $4. Based off what Rick said in one of the calls, in one of the videos we did, where we talked, we did a view along.
Mm-hmm.
He said they really saw them being able to have a suite of drugs that could help you on the continuum of your obesity care. So if you were, early in your care and had a lot of weight to lose, retatrutide would be the answer. And as you lost weight, you might shift over to tirzepatide. And as you get to maintenance, you might shift over to orforglipron. Or if you only had 30 pounds or PCOS or whatever other comorbidity. So there's a lot that's going to happen in the next year to 2 years.
Right. So with all these drugs that are in development, all these drugs coming soon to a pharmacy near you, how do they know where I live? Remember that? Remember that joke? How do they know where I live? I think we just have to kind of hold on to whatever we have to do until all of these other new drugs hit the market, because, competition will drive down the price, hopefully. So
honestly, our planning for medication is really the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next year. And that's all we can worry about it right now, because the prices are going to change. The options are going to change. So we think we'll be on this on some version of this for our lifetime. But I don't know that I believe it'll be a tirzepatide injection for the next 10, 20 years, however long. I think there will be other things that come along that are covered by insurance that are easier to take.
I mean, that's our hope.
And that's the hope.
Hey, Nydia was messaging her today. We appreciate your transparency and willingness to share this information. It speaks volumes about your character and dedication to this community.
Well, thank you, Nydia.
Thank you, Nydia. And thanks, Nydia. It's one of my Facebook moderators. Yes. Miss Danny Mack, a patch would make more sense than a tablet. I got my patch for estrogen. I can put my patch for tirzepatide. I just have to remember to change them, right? I just have to. But yeah, I mean, I'd certainly do a patch.
Well, and so Condi Carmack, molecular biologist extraordinaire, there's a couple of videos you can go watch, and he's got more stuff going on. And I discussed the patch. And his statement was, at this point, unless somebody has done a lot of research, the versions of the GLP-1, GIP for tirzepatide have to be absorbed directly into the blood.
So it can't go through the skin.
Passing through the skin barrier, he said he could not imagine it was going to be effective. And that's paraphrasing Condi, so you can correct me, please.
He's a smart
he's smarter than I am by
biologist that used to work for Big Pharma. So we trust his medical knowledge, because we are not doctors. We are not doctors. You can get both GLP-1s for that price from Clover Meds in Florida through Hallandale Pharmacy.
So the word I heard this week was Hallandale was going to stop selling on the 19th. So
that's what we heard. Butterfly. Hi, I'm new here. Are you both on maintenance, and how often do you space out your injections? I'm on maintenance. I've been on maintenance for about 6 months now. I still take an injection every 7 days. I do an 8.8 milligram dose. I get my meds through Mochi Health. I have the last dose. All of my compounded tirzepatide for the last probably 6 months have come from Aequita Pharmacy, the pharmacy that we're talking about today. So I don't have any problem with their efficacy or whatever. Some people put their injections, stretch out their injections. I haven't tried that. I think people need to see what works for them. And because, for maintenance, there's really no hard and fast guide, right? We're all just kind of trying to figure it out. And I think everybody's body is different and how you respond to this medication is different. I got to the top dose of 12.5 and I did drop down a few doses to now I'm on the 8.8, which is the Mochi dose. It's comparable to like the 7.5 Zepbound-Mounjaro dose. You have to find the dose that will work for you in maintenance.
And so we've been on these medications, 75, 76 weeks now.
75.
And I am very close to my hopefully final goal. So I'll be basically 100 pounds down probably when we do our next weigh-in, but we'll see. So I'm not quite in maintenance. I can tell you Lilly has a couple of different testing parameters out there for Surmount. This is called Surmount Maintain, where they're testing folks staying on the highest dose they achieved. So for Laraine, that would have been 12.5. For me, it would be 15 on the Eli Lilly dosing structure. They also have them testing on 5 milligrams, and then they have them testing on a placebo, which that would suck big time. But
I hate it for those people who got the placebo in the test.
At this point, I'm not on. I will give it at least another month or two once I reach my goal weight, probably at 15, and then we'll see how it goes. Yeah. We'll talk to my local doctor. Unless I'm losing weight, I will probably stay on the same dose.
Even when I stepped down from 12.5 to 10,
and we're not doctors,
to 7.5, I was still losing weight stepping down. So really, and to keep losing weight, you kind of think, oh, wow, how low can I get? So my starting weight was 193. My current weight this morning was 140. Yesterday I weighed 139, and my head kind of explodes when I see 139 on the scale, right? So I'm still kind of dropping down a little bit, even at that, even at my 8.8 dose. So could I drop down another dose? Maybe. I mean, I tend to think about food more now. I mean, I've been on the same dose for like 20 weeks. So I have to find that spot where I can live my life. I don't want to continue to lose weight, right? I don't want to.
No, you do not.
I don't want to continue to lose weight.
You need to be healthy, not skinny.
Right. It just, it's just the diet mentality that has ruled my brain for the past 40 years of my life. I can't. All right. But that's a whole other topic.
Says, has anyone used Orderly? We haven't, but I've heard people that like it. I mean.
Hello. How does it work if Mochi provides a prescription to Lilly Direct for Zepbound?
So essentially, any doctor can send a prescription to Lilly Direct. So all that happens is the prescriber at Mochi or your local doctor, it wouldn't matter, can send that prescription to Lilly Direct, and it gets fulfilled by Lilly Direct, or really Lilly Direct has partner pharmacies. One of them's Amazon. There's a couple of them that it might get fulfilled by, and it ships in cold packs to your door, just like any other telehealth would. Mm-hmm. Michael says, what does that mean? I'm not sure what you're asking, Michael.
Sorry, Michael.
Kathleen, happy Friday.
Hello. Happy Friday. What time is it? I have a call at 5. For the time being, my wife and daughter can still get meds from Mochi.
As far as we know.
Yes, they can. I placed an order yesterday, the day that this came out, and they took my money. Always appreciate you too. Thanks, Melissa. Very true. I'd love to try out a pill form of GLP-1. I mean, girl, me too. I think you're a girl. Sorry. As I near maintenance. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't that make it so much better? Because I've taken 75 shots now. And do I like taking the shot? I can do it. It's not a problem. Would I rather take a pill? Well, sure, of course. Who wouldn't rather take a pill than a shot, except for Mindy out there who loves her shot. But anyway,
All right, there's 353 people on right now. I think this is our record for a live. So hello to everybody. I'm Christopher. This is Laraine. We're the Downsized.
Hi, guys.
We're just telling you the truth, whether we like it or not. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. There's 118 likes.
Oh, yeah. Everybody hit the like button.
Yeah.
You, right? You. Yeah. I'm talking to you. Hit the like button. Thanks. Okay, JM. Oh, thanks for being a member, JM. Kind of a bummer that Mochi didn't give you a heads up, considering you were just there for the interview 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly don't think they knew. And commercials, especially knowing that you'd likely be questions about it by your followers. Yeah, so if you guys are new here, Christopher and I went to San Francisco 2 weeks ago and actually filmed a commercial for Mochi Health, which is, I don't know when it's going to come out. But it was just 2 weeks ago, but it was great. We also visited the Mochi offices. We interviewed Dr. Myra, who's the CEO and founder of Mochi Health. At age 30, she's like, you know, kicking butt.
Get Aequita in gear, please.
Yeah, I mean, I have put a message out to, some people at Mochi, and I hope that they will come back. They're probably...
And if they do, we'll tell you.
Trying to figure out, what's what too. So this just came out yesterday, this news about the pharmacy. So, I mean, but it's public knowledge. Other people are talking about it. We didn't want to not talk about it because it's important, right? I mean, we want to bring you what's happening. Downsized Diva. Hey, Shay. Hey, everyone. Competition will definitely bring the prices down. That's an economic fact. You know it, girl.
There you go.
Econ 101. Share the downsized joy and hit the thumbs up like button. Thanks, Jennifer, Nebraska. We used to live in Omaha, Nebraska. Do not recommend. Brian Thurston
Omaha was very nice.
We're Southerners. It was cold. It was too cold. How much do you have stockpiled? Well, that's a very personal question, Mr. Brian Thurston Howell III.
We've been very clear about what we've been doing, and because I have a prescription for Zepbound, and the Zepbound pens have a very long shelf life, I have a good bit saved up there. And then we have several months worth of compounding.
Well, I've bought, Mochi now offers a 6-month supply, a 3-month supply, and a 1-month supply. So I've bought all the supplies. So we definitely have a few months stocked up. Steph V says, meeting with the leader of our health benefits and shared my experience with Mochi. Asked why we had to complete a 90-day program for GLP-1 authorization when obesity is a disease. Great question, Steph. She's looking into coverage changes. Well, I mean, that's great. I mean, if you can get your company that you work for to look at this and change the health benefits, that's fantastic. And that's how change starts, right? So I appreciate you doing that. Just Tennessee. Does Mochi require blood work? Not from me. I've never submitted any blood work to them.
So African and Blessed to Travel, I think I told you this again. If I haven't, please tell me. But essentially with Aequita, the state of Washington issued a stop order for them to compound or distribute compounded tirzepatide or semaglutide based off some safety regulations that needed to be corrected, fixed. Which, as we know, Aequita is a partner pharmacy with Mochi. So not the happiest news we have to present, but it's the truth. So it is what it is. They have 5 days to come back with a plan to the state of Washington. So hopefully they get that resolved. We absolutely believe that all compounding pharmacies should be following all state regulations to the letter of the law. Absolutely. And honestly, at this point, because of the exaggerated emphasis that's being placed on, or maybe it's not exaggerated, they're under the microscope. Do the best you can. Do better than the regulations.
Right.
You should not ever give anybody a reason to think that patients are not safe. Exceeds expectations should be so let's get that fixed. Mochi does have other pharmacies they use. So I think we said Empower, South End, and Red Rock. We know of those three. And they can also write branded prescriptions for you, for the Zepbound or the Mounjaro or the Wegovy or Ozempic and so forth. I mean,
we're not panicking. We don't want anyone to panic.
I'm panicking a little bit, but they'll fix it.
Sherry RM. I'm 70, and Mochi said I don't qualify because of my age. You're not 70.
I know people that are
Shut
older
the
than
front
you on
door.
Mochi, so
Yeah, my friend Sandy is 78 and she gets her meds from Mochi. Maybe your
maybe your BMI didn't
maybe
quite
your
hit the thing.
BMI doesn't quite qualify.
If you a lot
Lovely
of times
photo.
if you call them, and if there's a what happens is that calculator on the website just takes the lowest common denominator. So you got to hit certain things. And if people have been on maintenance, if there's a lot of reasons that if it doesn't
Yeah.
come back for you, you may want to call them.
I do have a friend from the gym who Mochi couldn't help because really she just wasn't heavy enough. You know what I mean? Like there's cutoffs. Thanks for the shout out. Yes, I love my shot. Mindy, you're our number one fan. Wait, go back. No pills for me. Thank you. Right. Yeah, right. So some people love taking the shot. Like they'd rather take the shot than the pill. So, more options makes better for everyone.
Well, but Mindy, would you rather take the shot or the pill if the pill were $100 and the shot were $500?
Her medication's covered by her insurance.
But that's the real question.
Yeah, well, I mean, if both are covered, if both are the same price, I think Mindy would still prefer a shot. Not me. I'd rather take a pill. Angie Newman says, couldn't you order a bulk from Hallandale before the 19th since they offer it through Clover Meds at a discount price? I'm going to order a 9-month supply, which will cover me for some time. I mean,
yeah, sure, you could.
I don't know Clover.
Well, they're getting it through Hallandale.
Yeah,
we've used Hallandale before.
This is a Hallandale vial. When we first started with Mochi, our meds came from Hallandale. Great pharmacy, love them. Yeah, if you can stock up with them, I would, sure. Julie says, I appreciate your common sense approach to news as it comes out. Particularly enjoyed your recent interview with Dr. Dan. I love Dr. Dan. We're going to have a follow-up with Dr. Dan. Laraine, you asked the questions I've been afraid to ask. Keep bringing it. The questions I asked were really like my own personal questions. I consider that my own personal counseling session with Dr. Dan. So you can go back and watch our interview with Dr. Dan. He's in Canada. And
he's super cool.
He's seen thousands of weight loss patients. So I don't know what Christopher's clicking around over here. But anyway, well, thanks, Julie. Yeah, so, if you guys don't know who we are, if you've just joined us for the first time, we're the Downsized husband and wife team, Laraine and Christopher Durham.
Hello.
I've lost 53 pounds as of today. Christopher's lost 99-ish pounds as of today.
99.4 when I looked at this morning.
99.4 pounds as of today. So my starting weight was 193. I'm a 5'4¼ mother of 3 practically grown children at this time. And I tried everything, every diet, every exercise. I ran half marathons. I did 2 triathlons. I could never get below about 185 pounds. And now with the help of GLP-1 medications, it kind of unlocked things, gave me the power to control how much I ate. Because really with any diet, it's about food restriction. If you're not restricting your food, you will not lose weight. I was exercising to the point of exhaustion and injury. So you can't outrun your fork. Also Blue, say if you go on Mochi's website and look at the meds they provide, tirzepatide and semaglutide are not listed.
Well, so their site has always been a little weird. Their site hasn't changed. I just looked at, if you know the Wayback Machine where you can see where the changes to a website, it hasn't changed. They've never listed it under medications, but if you scroll down on the front page, there's a section called A Plan That Works that gives you pricing. So under Wellness Plus and so forth, and they continue to list compounded GLP-1 or compounded GLP-1 GIP. So this is all how do we avoid getting sued more than anything else.
They're just saying,
but
compounded
their site hasn't changed.
Yeah. Laraine, you just placed an order just yesterday. It was for 3 months. Yesterday I placed. Carolyn says, I used to live by Lafayette and worked in San Francisco. Oh, that's where we were. I loved your video. Oh, Lafayette. So we were in Lafayette, California. Was that the name of the city?
Yeah.
We stayed in the Lafayette Inn and spa.
It was like the spa. It was cool.
It's a lovely little town. Mm-hmm. It's like just families and kids in soccer uniforms. We went to dinner out there and I I liked it. I was
Yeah,
like,
it was
ooh,
cool.
California. Awesome. Carmel says, thanks. Another question. Can you share your experience with different injection sites and what were the side effects? Okay, so the 3 injection sites recommended are around your belly button, the back of your arm, or the top of your thigh. So I stick to around the belly button, and I just kind of go in a circle around. That's where I feel most comfortable injecting. I've done a couple injections in the thigh. I didn't see any difference. Did I ever do the arm? I don't think so. You did the
I
arm
did.
a couple times. Didn't like. My friend Elaine, when she was in a stall, she injected in the thigh. She said it broke her stall. So different people report different
So I've done
results.
it in all 3. I didn't notice any difference in weight loss or side effects. I did not like the arm, but I thought the arm hurt. It was.
Yeah.
Now I'll tell you, there is one small piece of research done by Eli Lilly out there on injection sites that I think has 44 participants. If you Google it, you can find it. And it doesn't show any statistical difference. There's really not. It's like 0.1%. It's a tiny little thing. So no, Mochi did not shut down
No,
Mr.
still in
Deeps.
business. This is one of the problems with these drugs. A percent of patients will get caught up in weight loss and obsessing on it and will be tempted to see. You know what? I've been obsessed about my weight for years, right? And I'm not just, now that I've lost weight, I have to like unlearn some of those things. And yes, there is a danger that, and I have seen people, on social media who have lost quite a lot of weight, and it is concerning. So I think that is definitely something to think about, something to watch out for, and something to talk about with your doctor, because we're not doctors.
We talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
It's the shift from Lorraine's goal was to be skinny and to lose weight to now it's
healthy.
how can we be healthy?
How can I keep my muscle?
Yeah.
How can I grow more muscle? It's but I was 15 years old looking at 17 magazine telling me I needed my chart weight was I should weigh 125 pounds. So that's always, going to be there. I just have to now know that chart is not right for me, and what is the best weight for me? What is the best weight? And that's what I talked about with Dr. Dan. What's the best weight for me where I feel comfortable, where I can maintain my weight, where I can go out with friends on a weekend and still, maintain, not restrict to the point of where I can't live my life the way I want to live my life.
Yeah.
Downsides and Diva, you're being transparent, and that's great. You're also easing fears. Thank you for reporting responsibly. It is appreciated. Thanks, Shay. Butterfly, is it true insurance companies only approving authorization it depends on your insurance company. They're all different. Our insurance doesn't cover any weight loss medications, so that's what it is.
Sassy says, sorry, I think Mochi is shady. I can certainly see why you'd think that. We have not had that experience. We went to their offices. I think Dr. Meyer is probably one of the smartest human beings I've ever been in the presence of.
Yes.
Very
smart lady.
This is concerning. Don't get us. This is concerning.
Right.
We are concerned. We're telling you about it because we're concerned. Aequita, their partner pharmacy, needs to get their ducks in a row.
Yes.
They need to ensure safety.
They need to
follow the regulations. They need to exceed the regulations, honestly. So, that's why we're here.
But, I feel very good about Mochi going to their offices in San Francisco, meeting their CEO, meeting all their employees, talking to all their employees. It just, they're real people, right? I was with another telehealth company where I don't think there was anybody working there. Like I was trying to get a message through, and I could get no response. So, that's how I feel. Dr. Meyer is only 30, so she opened. Yeah, she did. You know what she did? Because I asked, go back and watch my interview with Dr. Myra. I asked her, have you always been interested in obesity medicine? And she said, no. And I was kind of like, oh. She said, I wrote my thesis on it for my doctorate project.
At MIT.
At MIT. This was my doctorate project. Okay. So, Yeah, this lady, and I asked her, what about the future of compound? And she said, I'm not worried. Not worried in the least. Go watch that interview with Dr. Myra. She's amazing. Donna Joe says, thanks so much for the information. I appreciate all that you do. Thanks, Donna Joe. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for the super chat. I got to go because I have a call at 5.
Yep. All right.
Peace.
Let's see. It is a bit concerning that Mochi does not require blood work. That should be unethical, prescribing medications like this without labs. I mean, that's up to your doctor.
I get my blood work done locally with my local doctor.
Yeah, that's a personal preference.
They have doctors that
I'm going to take a couple, and we're going to let Laraine go. She's actually got a phone call. Jose or Josie says, how often are compounded companies even checked? Like before the report, when was the last time they were checked? I don't know how it works, and I would assume it's different state by state because they're each regulated by the states. Mindy, something to consider. The pill will probably have more side effects and be a little harder on your stomach. In what I've read, that's what they're working on. So they're saying it doesn't, but because it's not the same formulation of tirzepatide. Or orforglipron is a whole different thing. So let's see here. Adrian Gledhill. Adrian, I'm not worried for 1 second about my Mochi vials. It's been great. This is a bit suspicious in timing. Hopefully they will just pass their tests and get back to it. That is our hope as well. Gretchen, I'm dissatisfied with Mochi provider on consult February 23rd. Still don't have my medicine. It's just excuses and sorries from Mochi. Disappointed. You know what? If you don't like your provider, you can always get a different one and ask them, and they'll be happy to do that. Let's see here. Angie Newsom says, how long after you started did you decide to move up to your dosage? Well, when we first started, we didn't know that we could not do month by month, so we kind of moved up pretty quick. I don't know that I would do that now, though. I would, again, we're not doctors, but I would definitely say, hey, how am I feeling? Am I losing weight? What's my food noise? And work with the prescriber to move up more slowly, especially if you have a lot to do. Adrian says they've repeatedly passed inspections and regulations in 45 states. They're highly regulated and monitored. All right. Well, that is going to be me for today. It's the news, whether we like it or not. So if we hear back from Mochi, we will certainly be back from you. If there's anything else, well, I can't get things out today, folks. If there's anything else going on, we'll be back with the news. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell. It'll alert you every time we go live. There's 339 of you out there watching, 175 likes. So it's a few more likes we could get right now. And you guys have a great weekend. Look for, I think tomorrow we'll publish a review of GLP-1 friendly protein sweet snacks. So all of your Legendary and your Quest and all that fun stuff. So watch for that. And we'll see you next week on The Downsized. I'm Christopher Durham. Have a good evening.